Welcome back to Grimm, Digital Folklore. It's Halloween, and in that spirit I've prepared a treat for everyone that's a little different. You see, in spite of my absence, there's been an abundance of games lately covering topics involving folklore, religion, and spirituality in new and inventive ways. So many, in fact, that I've decided to create a series that brings attention to some of these games, most of them good and all of them interesting. This collection will be assembled in a series which I am calling... Can I get a spooky drumroll, Grimm? No? Fine. A series I am calling the Digital... Really? Now? A series called the Digital GRIMMoire. Scene stealing aside, let's not waste any time in getting straight to our first entry. Not only is it the perfect entry for this collection, as it is currently one of my favorite games, the timing for it couldn't be better. The first page of the Digital GRIMMoire goes to Black Book by Morteshka Studios. So what is Black Book? Well, the story itself can be neatly summarized as one that follows the journey of a young woman named Vasilisa in the Perm region of Russia, sometime before World War I, who is on a quest to bring her beloved back to life by becoming a koldun, a witch, using the aforementioned book. The gameplay itself is much more difficult to describe, but after spending way too long thinking about it, it can probably be described like this. Imagine if Slay the Spire, Persona, a point-and-click adventure game, Scooby-Doo, and a book of Russian folklore all had a drunken night in Vegas. Now take the map and basic combat from Slay the Spire, with all the morality and social aspects of a Persona game, in the form of a Monster of the Week style mystery steeped heavily in Russian folklore and mythology, and then just hammer in some point-and-click sections with multiple solutions, and you kinda have the idea. Look, if any part of that description sounds intriguing to you, their demo on Steam is free and there's a link below. Come finish this video after you've tried it. Trust me, you may be surprised. God knows I was.
Got it!
Good. So in spite of the unique formula of the game itself, what makes Black Book so unique in regards to folklore? To me, it's unique for two key reasons. The first of which is entirely subjective, but the second is more than sufficient to earn it a permanent recommendation in my mind. First and foremost, it's unique in that I didn't know much about Russian folklore before now. I didn't even realize how little info is readily available in English in regards to these beliefs either, so I have to personally thank them for highlighting this academic blind spot for me. More importantly though, I have to thank them for also helping me to do much to remedy said blind spot. You see, Black Book didn't just teach me a bit about folklore, it gave me a fairly comprehensive view of daily life in the Perm region during the time period. From their daily lives, to their history, to the double belief of both church and magic, Black Book teaches you all of this and gives you the context needed to better understand where the line is between fact and fiction, and how some of these beliefs came about in the first place. Despite the importance of the folklore being real for the sake of the story, the game itself is more than aware of the importance of a nuanced approach and provides you with real-life context from history. As if that wasn't enough, they blend it all in beautifully. Sometimes the pieces of the game can fit together in slightly strange ways, sure. For instance, the inclusion of an encyclopedia is necessary for the sake of explaining key terms and ideas. Rather than make it a tedious chore as always, though, the game rewards you with experience for taking the time to learn everything you can. This is because as a koldun, Vasilisa is considered a knower and is sometimes consulted for her knowledge. They even try to tell you info in the form of more entertaining balichkas, when possible, so the entries are varied. There's a carefully considered decision behind almost every game design choice. Even the idea to turn the basic card game mechanic into the construction of zagovers, Russian verbal folk magic, shows a level of intuitive design that helps you interact with the beliefs as directly as possible. So why does Black Book seem to get this so right when it's something that even well-made games seem to struggle with so often? Well, first of all, by greatly limiting their scope and making the material familiar to them, Morteshka was able to tell a very specific story that they were very familiar with. Most importantly, though, is research. They did their research. That doesn't seem like it should be as high praise as it is. It's absolutely important, though. Morteshka is a team centered in Perm, Russia, and very familiar with the folklore. They could have told me whatever they wanted, and I wouldn't have been able to tell the difference without more research. Instead, they made it accurate so as not to do disservice to the beliefs represented. I know this because the art book of the game not only tells you some of the changes they made for the sake of accuracy, but they also provide sources for their research the game is based off of, which I would love to see more companies do in the future. If that wasn't enough, they did all of this with a team of 5 people. A team of 5 people released a well-researched, nuanced, fun game that blends folklore into the mechanics beautifully and did so in a timely manner. That's what makes this gem of a game shine so brightly. It certainly makes other claims about quality from AAA studios seem paltry in comparison, with their multiple delays and respectful representation that could be called borderline stereotyping, such as a certain unnamed. Joking aside, the team at Morteshka should be incredibly proud of their work here. I want to thank you all for showing other studios that games can blend folklore and game design in ways that can be to the benefit of both. As a testament to that attitude, they're still working even now to better localize the game and make it more accessible to a larger audience. This is a gem that Morteshka is still polishing, and it deserves every bit of praise it gets, as well as its place as the first entry in the Grimoire. I have a feeling it won't be long before I revisit this game in another video, but for now, the Grimoire is closed, but there are plenty more entries to come, along with plenty more Sekiro videos as well. As always, make sure to like and subscribe, and Grim and I will be wishing everyone a very safe and happy Halloween. Until next time, fellow folklorists.